Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So guys, we are on VS Code. We will make a folder. We are developing a calculator app. I had made a folder named calculator app. Inside this, I will be creating new files. Like first is index.html, second will be style.css, from which we are going to provide some styling to our calculator. Then we are giving script, which will give functionality to our calculator. Now you have to do the same. Let's go to index.html. Now press exclamatory mark on the keyboard and tap on enter. It will automatically generate the boilerplate. Also, we have splitted the screen into two halves to see what we are developing in VS Code and what actually is visible in our browser. Let's create a div tag. Let's give it an ID of calculator. Let's create a display element for our calculator where we can see the operations happening. Press Ctrl+S and see the display on the browser. So here we got an HTML input field. We are using read-only attribute. This attribute prevents user from modifying the input values directly on the display. But if we remove this read-only property, we would be able to directly enter value into our display, which we obviously don't want in a calculator. We will be entering values into the display with the help of buttons. Now to add buttons, we are making a nested div in which we are giving the ID keys. Now we are making the buttons for our calculator and giving the button tab an attribute called onClick, which allows the execution of JavaScript code or a function when an element such as a button is clicked. So we are using the onClick is equals to append to display. Now this button will be entering the values into the display, and the button that will trigger append to display operation. Buttons are created and their onClick attributes are set to call a JavaScript function named append to display. Now we create the duplicates of the same button to create the other buttons of the calculator. Then we pass the desired value on the button as an argument. Like here, in first button we are putting plus, in second we are putting the argument as 7. The next button's value will be 8. Then 9. Similarly, after 9 we can put an operator like minus. After subtraction we can put 4. Then 5. 6. After 6 we can put an operator because we are designing a calculator and the keys should be in similar style. So here we are putting asterisk in this button. After asterisk we are putting 1, 2 and 3. Then there will be another operator of division. After division there would be 0. And a dot for decimal. Now we are creating the button equal to for calculation part in our calculator. First we are creating the button equal to, then we are giving the onClick attribute, which would be calculate. Now there would be another button in similar fashion. There would be another button for clear. So we will give it CLR. We'll give it a name of CLR that will clear our display. So there would be the onClick attribute in this button would be clear. Fine, we have all our buttons ready. We will use these buttons to insert values in our display of calculator. Getting back to 100% zoom in our browser. How to style our simple calculator structure which we have created through HTML. We are linking a style sheet. Now we will go to to style.css to style our HTML structure for the calculator we have just created. We are starting to design the buttons firstly for our calculator. We would be designing round shaped buttons. So for that we have to give equal height and width. Giving the border radius as 50%, which will result in round shaped buttons of the calculator. Let's give a background color to these buttons. Something like, let's give aqua color. Okay, but I would be needing a light color. Now it looks perfectly fine. We can remove the border of these buttons by giving it none attribute. You can experiment with the button colors by your own in this styling sheet. In the similar way, you can give font color to the font present inside the button. Now styling the font inside the button. You can make your own design or color themes according to you for your calculator app. This button color with white text looks perfect for our calculator. Now giving the font weight bold for clear visibility of our buttons in the calculator. Let's give a property to these buttons, a special property. Whenever I take my cursor over these buttons, my cursor automatically changes to a pointer. Like now you can see. Let's properly arrange these keys by styling. We will select the display attribute for keys to be grid. Grid offers a grid-based layout with rows and columns in CSS. It allows developers to easily create complex web layouts. Now let's give grid template columns. We will give the repeat property. Inside the repeat property, we will set the rows as 3 and the distance for them will be 1. FR is fractional value. Now let's give 1 FR with 4 rows. Now the arrangement of these buttons are looking much better than before. Let's give gap between these buttons about 5 pixels. Now we are styling the overall calculator with its ID. Likewise, we selected the color options for our button and the text inside it. You can select any other color too for your calculator's body. We are giving border radius to our calculator so that the calculator's border will be curved. As we can see, we got the rounded borders for our calculator, but at right side we can see extra portion of gray color in our calculator, which we don't want. So we will set the maximum width for our calculator. And this is the final background color we selected for our calculator. Now we are giving an overflow condition for calculator's display to be hidden, which will prevent the excessive letters or numbers to stretch outside of our display. Now we will give padding of 25 pixels. Let's style the display of our calculator by giving it width of 100% so that it can cover our calculator's width, and then padding of 10 pixels or 20 would be enough. Yeah, 20 pixels is nice. We are giving text align attribute to be left for our display element so that whenever we will enter any value to our calculator's display, it will appear on the left side. And to remove border from our display element, we will give the border property and set it as none. Now we are selecting a background color for our display element. You can select any color by your choice too. Let's select some darker shade which will complement the theme of our calculator. We are selecting this as our background color of the display. Now we are designing the body element. We want our calculator to appear at the center of the display. We will make the display property as flex, and we will justify the content to the center for horizontal screen, and align items to be center for vertical screen. Setting the height to be 100 VH. Now it is appearing in the center. Let's now give background color to the body, which is the background to our calculator. This light grey color is looking good with our calculator. Now let's give a hover property to these buttons, that whenever we will take our cursor hover over these buttons should change the color, which will look much interactive as well as user friendly. And now this button active property will help us change the color of these buttons whenever they are clicked. Let's give a different color to the left side buttons. So for that we are creating class named as operator button. We will assign this class to the buttons which we want the colors to be changed. Now let's give color to this class by going simply into the CSS and assigning it a background color. So here we can see clearly the buttons having class operator button turned into red color, but we want only the left buttons to be in a different color. So let's only assign the class to the left buttons. Yes, so it is done. So we are assigning this color to the operator buttons. add the hover and on-click color changing properties to these left aligned buttons. Now both the properties are added to these buttons. We will go to script.js to add functionality to our calculator. Our HTML CSS part is done for this calculator. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe our channel. So we are creating a constant variable display which is equal to document.getElement by id. This is a DOM method which will call the HTML element display. And now for HTML part, we know that we have to create three functions in script.js. The first is append to display, which will work for the buttons. Second would be for clear display, and third would be for calculate. So let's now go to script.js and create the three functions. After creating these functions, we have to add a color in CSS. The text we are entering to the display should be having a color, right? So we are giving a white color to that. So now let's have display.value plus equals to input. So whenever we press any button, it will automatically give the display the particular value of that button. Now see how easily we are able to enter the values by just clicking on these buttons. Isn't it interesting? Let's now make the clear display function, which will clear the display. So yes, our clear display function is also working. Let's now create our calculate function. In this function, the display.value will be equal to eval function that will evaluate the value of our input, like this. So our calculator is working completely fine. But what if our calculator encounters such incomplete equation? After clicking on equal to, it should throw an error. We go to console and here we can see there are 6 errors because we were giving incomplete equations to calculator to evaluate. To resolve this exception, we will be going with try and catch method. Now simply in catch method, we will be displaying the error on the display after encountering an incomplete equation. So you got a working calculator ready. If you guys enjoyed making this project, drop a like, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel for more amazing development tutorials and tech news. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.